What's up, my dudes? I got suspended for 1 week on some protesties in this last pro race here, so I just wanted to talk about that in this video. And before I go any further, to all of you wonderful, glorious people that love to say, Spencer, stop being such a crybaby, stop whining all the time, I have one question for you. But have I ever protested? Have I ever protested? That's what I thought. So you might as well shut the fuck up because you're an idiot. And if you had watched my video for more than 5 seconds, you would realize I'm actually doing the exact opposite of that. I believe in a world where people should not be allowed to just protest for every little baby race incident just because their race didn't go their way. I think that is ridiculous, and I feel like RF has gotten way too soft, and I think that in this particular incident right here, RF actually made a core bad decision. I think they also took it completely out of context. So I had to skip ahead just a little bit to try to get closer to the incident here, but I feel like there is actually some deeper critical flaws with the RF system. And if any of you RF officials are watching this video, I have nothing against you. I have nothing but love for you. But you can't honestly be human and think that the things you are doing is right. And what I'm talking about here is the fact that RF officials and affiliates actually participate in the pro RF races. I shit you not, people. Is that not the most shady, wrong thing? That is a cardinal rule. You just never do that. If you are the person that is running an organization, you do not participate in that event. You never do that. That is wrong on so many levels. It's kind of like saying somebody that owns a casino goes and gambles against other people at that same casino. You see what I'm saying? It's not right. It's a conflict of interest. You just don't do that with anything, especially something that involves money. And when you talk about it being unbiased and fair, that goes right out the window, whether or not they are or aren't. But look at it from my standpoint. I'm just some random old dude over here, and Jeremy Henners, which is the co-owner of the main news outlet and live streaming service of the Pro RF races, protests me on a personal on-track incident, and you expect that to be fair and unbiased? What? That is so crazy to me how the RF officials even think that this would be right to any degree. So to Jeremy Henners, this just showed your true character. This showed me who you really are. And I have nothing more to say to you. You couldn't handle your fate, dog. There's no more to say. But here's the incident right here. So I come through on lap 4 through a whoop section, and there's this double at the end of the whoop section, which is totally blind. You can't see over the double. So that right there should eliminate any sort of protest because it's a blind jump. You're gonna fucking hit somebody on a blind jump if they're down or if there's a pile up. That is racing. That just happens. But anyways, I'm coming through here, okay? I come through completely not my fault at all. Couldn't see these people whatsoever. So I crash, okay? I get back up. Somebody hits the blind jump and then lands on that guy, and then his bike falls on me. Oh my God, dude. So I was stuck for at least 10, 15 seconds right there. All right? So I get back up, turn in the corner. Listen to me right now. I'm in the corner, okay? And I turn, and somebody hits me from the side. So let's back this up just a little bit, all right? Let's take a little me gander at it. So, now, okay. So I am midways deep in the corner, all right? Midways deep. I am not on a straight part of the track. I am nowhere like that. And I cut across in the corner. You see the tough block right there? You see that inside tough block? I am clearly on the right side of it, so I am in the corner. So the protest was that I made a bad track re-entry. How is it a bad track re-entry? I'm going sideways in a corner because that's what you fucking do in a corner. And not to mention, where the hell else was I gonna go? RF? Did you even see this 20-man pile-up for 50 seconds over here, or what? Did you not look at that? Apparently not. But anyways, the point being is I'm past the tough block right here. I am in the corner. So there is no cutting the track sideways because I am following the corner. What happened here was Jeremy Henners couldn't see anybody because it's a blind jump. If this jump right here wouldn't have been here, Henners would have been able to see us way far back, and he would have got on his brakes because he's seen us cutting over in a corner, because that's what you do in a corner, and he would have slowed down, and none of this would have happened. It is a complete racing blind jump incident. That's all that was, Henners. I cannot believe you would protest two people over something like that. It was obviously not malicious whatsoever. We didn't mean to take anybody out. We were just trying to get out of this hell zone that we got thrown into just exactly like you did. So what the hell are you protesting over, dude? That is pitiful, Jeremy Henners. That's bad for your team. That's bad for Start Your Systems. That's bad for all of that. That is as whiny and crybaby right there as you can possibly get, because nobody even meant to do that right there. Nobody was even trying to take you out whatsoever. You just got caught up in a wrong incident, and you tried to make it look like people purposefully tried to cut across and take you out. That's what you made it try to look like. That is 110% a racing incident. And this other homeboy right here, he was almost, I'll give it to RF to a certain degree about this other dude, because he was almost, when he got up, you can see he's right there on that borderline. I would say he's still in the corner because he's not past the tough block there to the left, but he did kind of get up a little bit sideways there. But me, I'm midways deep in the fucking corner. What the hell else am I supposed to do, RF? Am I supposed to sit here and get up and line myself straight back up to the berm after I'm already midways deep in the corner and wait on these people to get up after they've been crashed for 30 seconds and then go that way? What the hell? What the hell? I don't agree with this, RF. I think you made a very bad decision. I did not cut across the track. I cut across a corner. And that's how a corner flows. I don't know why you guys can't understand that. I really don't know. And yeah, when you look at it from this view over here, like I'm sure that RF did, they took it way out of context and it looks like, oh, these people just cut across the track. Well, if you actually get over here to my point of view and realize I'm midways deep in the fucking corner and I'm just trying to get out of this place, and that is literally my only route to go, and I'm just trying to get out of this blind jump spot right here, then you would understand nothing was done malicious or on purpose or taken out any sort of leaders. Nobody cut from off the track on the track, but still yet people get suspended for that. RF, this was a bad move on your part. Very bad move. I don't agree with this at all. I think you guys are getting way too soft with your protest. It's to the point now where people can just protest for any little baby racing incident. Like, have people just forgotten what a racing incident is? Do you not realize that shit like this is going to happen in a race where there's a 30-man pile-up and you just happen to get caught up in it? That happens in racing. That's not, oh, you guys did something wrong, let me protest you. That's not how that is. It's a racing incident. Why can people not understand that? I don't know. But Jeremy Henners, that's pitiful, dog. I've lost complete respect for you. You'll never get my respect back. That is one of the worst. Now listen, if I would have crashed over here, okay, and been off of the track and then cut back on the track and came all the way over here like this and got in your way, yeah, I'd have been like, oh, I was in the wrong there. Okay, that makes sense. Or if I would have crashed right here on this straight part of the track and then cut over on the straight part of the track right here and got in your way, yeah, I could have seen that. But I was midways deep in the fucking corner.